Wake up. Ebro in the morning with Laura Stylez and Rosenberg.
You shouldn't be saying that on the air.
All right, now TMZ is reporting that Diddy had something very scary happen to him. One of his close friends is speaking out and saying that while he was sleeping at the MDC Brooklyn jail, somebody came and put a knife, pressed it to his throat. Now, as I keep digging into the story, they're saying yes, a correctional officer or a police officer was the one who came and basically helped him out and quote unquote saved him. Yes. And so, obviously Diddy's lawyers are trying to use this as a way to just get him even moved to a different location. But right now, everything is kind of staying as is.
Yeah, his safety being an issue when he's supposed to be, I think in some sort of protected environment. Remember MDC? Isn't that where the Epstein situation happened?
No, I thought Diddy's in Brooklyn and Epstein was across the street from Hot 97, the old building.
No, I think it was MD. It might have been MDC.
Either way.
You got to be careful, is the point.
All this slipping could cost somebody their life.
Oh, no, you're right, Rosenberg. MCC. He was the MCC.
Oh, MCC. Okay, got it.
It's a lot of M's and C's. You know what I mean?
A lot. Yes.
Listen,
But yeah,
my jail location proficiency is low. You know what I'm saying? I try to not be too knowledgeable about that. But, this is a real issue. And I think Diddy's lawyers are right when you're talking about somebody who's not, supposed to not be able to be accessed in this way.
And that's super scary. If he in fact woke up with a knife to his throat, I mean, that's freaking terrifying. I know Diddy's accused of doing a lot of bad things, and we've seen him on tape do some bad things. But man, I hope he's protected,
just safe. But that's your flashing lights report.
Now, if I was a conspiracy, never mind.
Here we go.
All right.
Never mind.
We got music for that.
Nah.
Here we go.
Shawty's ready. He got his tin hat.
I'm ready,
Here he comes.
Did somebody say
They
conspiracy?
were talking about Trump pardoning Diddy.
Set up.
Okay.
And if we wanted to find a more reason for Trump to figure out how to pardon Diddy, we would make an unsafe environment for Diddy to put this higher on the priority list for figuring out a solution.
Okay.
Because if they can access Epstein and protect those files, they can figure out a maneuver here to get Diddy released quicker.
Yeah, it's light work. That's light work.
Oh. So you're saying Diddy's not safe, and Trump steps in and says, you know what I should do? Just give him the old George Santos.
Pow. But if I was a conspiracy theory.
But you're not. That's not your way.
I'm not. That's not my bad.
Did we even give any time to George Santos getting let out?
No. Why at this point there's what is our judicial system? What is it?
Exactly.
What is it?
Whatever Trump wants. That's his way.
There you go. Finally you've arrived, Rosenberg. You finally arrived. Your involvement as a parent in your child's education is essential and can improve the outcome of your child's education and, also assisting in the community building and the teachers at the school.
Blah, blah, blah. Sounds like these teachers are lazy out here.
No. No, I did not say that.
Wow.
The teachers are not lazy.
Wow.
I love the teachers.
Sounds like they want the parents to do all the work. This is not right.
No, see,
I'm just kidding.
The only
what
thing
I actually
that annoys
think it
me is the apps.
Go ahead, Laura.
The apps annoy me. They annoy me. And shout out to everyone who has multiple kids in different schools, and you gotta deal with multiple. Like, I just got a message, like, they're not celebrating Halloween, they're doing like character day. So I'm like, what? I gotta go get a new costume now?
Wait, so hold on.
Character day?
And so, this is how the conversation started, is that Laura's saying she gets mad messages on the app of things she's supposed to do for Ken's school. And I've been hearing this from a lot of parents, like, every day they're telling me something I got to do. Can I just send my kid to school, please? I wonder, Laura, two things. Does that mean you have to get a new costume, or does that just mean they're changing the name? They don't want to say Halloween.
I gotta read the whole thing, but it sounds like dress
She's a
up as
character.
a certain character. I'm like, yeah, well, Wednesday's a character.
Listen,
That's it.
Yeah, why not?
On Halloween, as much as it's fun and all of that, we gotta keep in mind that there are people with different spiritual beliefs that are like, listen, fam, I'm not celebrating your little devil day. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And I don't
not
want my
a
kid
devil
wrapped up in
day.
your little Dia de los Muertos.
Keep your kid home, bro.
The eve
Yes.
of whatever,
Origins.
blah, blah,
There you
blah.
go.
Why do I got to keep my kid home if you
Because
guys want
stop.
to celebrate the day the ghosts and demons return to planet Earth?
Well, dress your kid as a carrot then. Do something
Yeah,
simple.
exactly.
Like,
Make them a Crayola and
No,
call
but
it
that's
a
what they
day.
did, and that's what they're doing, and you guys is getting all bent out of shape because Laura want to show up with a skeleton on her face.
No. Why they got to change it?
Wait, what?
Why they have to change the name to something else and say you? Laura, are you sure they're saying
Make it politically correct.
It's a
Wednesday?
character-
Wednesday
yeah.
How about
is
make it
a
inclusive of other people? Just
No,
because
stop.
Character
Stop.
Day is that big of
Stop.
a deal for y'all?
Nah, stop.
You got
That's not what
y'all
Halloween-
sound y'all.
but Halloween is inclusive. You could dress up
Listen,
as whatever you want.
You guys sound just like
There we go.
the MAGAs.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
If you
This
reverse
is how the
it,
MAGAs feel.
Revert. Go ahead. I feel that way
Changing
about other
names.
things.
Oh, what happened to Christmas? We're bringing.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with. By the way,
the Cracker Barrel.
I'm lined up with the MAGAs on Christmas. They should not. I don't need to say holiday. I don't need Hanukkah to be included. You could call it Christmas. I'm fine.
But I'm like, why can't you call it Christmas? Call it Kwanzaa. Call it Hanukkah.
Yeah, do
call it
specific
all.
days.
Who cares? Include
like,
it all.
I don't.
But that's what they're doing with Character Day.
Right.
But
Character
Halloween
Day-
doesn't offend anyone. Well, why does Halloween
No, I
offend
just told
anyone?
you some people do get offended, and you
But you're
ignored
making it up. You don't actually know.
it. No, there's
You're
people who
saying
don't rock with
theoretically.
The
Halloween.
origins of Halloween.
Some people don't rock with Halloween, bro.
Okay,
That's
if
the
you
thing.
Yeah, a
don't-
lot of
I
people
don't
that
know
say
them.
I
I've just
don't
heard it.
rock with it.
If you
So
don't
don't
rock
dress
with
up
Halloween,
then.
don't
Shawnee,
do it then.
have you ever rocked with Halloween?
No. As a child, yes. Just because.
Okay.
But as an adult with my children, no.
Rasan says Muslims don't celebrate Halloween.
Perfect.
There you go.
That
So
sounds
show
great.
up and
so,
don't dress up.
so your kid shouldn't dress up. Same way your kid doesn't have to stand up for the pledge. All of those things are your choice. But like, why are we calling the school and saying you need to call it Character Day? Who cares? People just have too much time.
But maybe the school decided that because they wanted to make all the kids. These are babies, by the way. Babies.
Yes.
We're talking about. We're talking about babies. Literally,
you say the word
5-year-olds.
babies over and over again to make me feel bad. It doesn't change my argument. That's not
Because
changing the argument.
literally, we want kids to feel like when they show up to the place that they learn, that they can have fun and be included.
They are
Right.
absolutely
But they
welcome
can.
to have fun and be included or not, whatever their parents want. And if their parents don't want them to be included and the kids feel bad that their parents don't want them to wear a costume, they can say, Mommy, why can't I wear a costuum? And Mommy and Daddy can say, well, because our religion is blah, blah, blah. And that's for them to deal with at home. But why do we have to
This-
adjust the name? I ain't that
You
serious.
see?
We have
This is
real issues
America.
to deal with.
You have
And
to
we
be
call it
flexible.
Halloween.
But by the way,
I'm just about picking battles, guys. This isn't one worth
Yeah,
picking.
that's how I feel,
I'm
too.
picking battles. Halloween ain't the battle. I'm not dying on that hill.
some people pick the Halloween battle. That's all I'm saying.
They-
No, no,
they
All I'm pointing out
identify
is
as
some
Character
people
Day.
pick the Halloween battle.
But my
You know
thing
why
is
they
that
picked the
you don't
Halloween
have
battle?
to celebrate it.
No,
It's
you know
fun.
why they picked the Halloween battle? Because all the kids show up to school in costumes. Right? On Christmas, guess what? Nobody's at the school. They're not in. It's a holiday. They're not there.
Sure, I hear you, but there's still
So
the
this
same
is
argument.
a day that's not an actual day that kids can stay home. And by the way, it lands on a Friday this year. So they sent an email to the parents and said, what we're doing is Character Day, since we know the kids are going to dress up to school.
All right, well, listen, if that solves the problem of calling it Character Day, I mean, to me,
I'm still
then
rolling
as the
mine.
parent, you're sort of playing games because you're like, oh, now we'll dress you up in the pagan costumes because they changed the name from Halloween to Character Day. We've tricked God. Now, if you think you've successfully tricked God, go dress up as Little Orphan Annie. But my point is, who gives a damn in the first place? But you're right. If that works for them, God bless. I just think it's a way. Let's just save the battles for the ones that matter. We want to support our students here who are offended by things that are like worth offense, in my opinion. This isn't one to me that is a hill we're dying on.
Well, but
God
why?
bless.
How are you the decider of what's worth
There it is.
offense?
Because I'm the
There it
person who's speaking right now, and you can say what you feel. I just think it's dumb. And we as progressives who have a lot of issues we really care about and want people to pay attention to get mislabeled as caring about dumb-ish because we focus on dumb-ish. Halloween is dumb-ish. That's not worth the time.
But you would have to keep that same energy with everything.
Go ahead, what do you mean?
And that's where the problem falls.
Yeah, of not allowing people to
lack of it.
You know, it's an evolution they're trying to do to make it politically correct and safe for everyone.
But my
So,
thing is, like, you can dress up as whatever you want,
No.
or not dress up at all.
Right, but if
All
you
your
have-
choice.
Okay, so listen.
Choice.
That's your choice. These people are saying, I pay taxes, I go to this school, and this is what I want at the school where I pay taxes. Or I pay tuition. Whatever it is.
For sure. And
That's
we
what's
live,
happening.
and I understand that.
So then what ultimately it becomes is it's character day. Because they went to the PTA meetings and got it done. And that's why it's character day. Laura, did you go to the meeting where they decided character day?
No, it's already decided.
There was no meeting.
That's just what they do. Yeah.
Oh, this is the school you chose, and this is
That's
what they've
they
already
do.
been doing.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Listen,
It's character.
It's fine. I could still be annoyed by it. Like,
For
it's
sure.
happening. It's
That's
not going
it.
to change, and I'm still rolling my eyes, and I still think it's
But wait.
dumb. But whatever.
Real quick question: does it matter what you dress up as on Character Day, or are we just talking about them naming it Character Day?
Yes, it's limited. You can only dress up as certain characters. You can't go spooky. You can't go like you know, have to be certain things.
You see?
Everybody's not into the skeletons and witches.
I guess for me what it is, and maybe this is classic, just like, the way I grew up is blah, blah, blah. But I grew up as a Jew in America. Everything was based around Christian stuff. At no point did my parents go, I'm not comfortable. I'm a taxpayer. They should include the Jewish one. Nope, you decided to live in America. Mad Christians here, buddy. Go to school, do the stuff they do. You come home and do our thing. It is what it is.
And
it
that's
builds
how
character.
and that's how the MAGAs feel. They want to make America just like that again.
Well, but now you're throwing a huge blanket on it. There are certain situations where I'd say it's unfair. Halloween, I'd say is.
But to Shani's point, now you're picking and choosing. You know what I mean? Once you start,
I like picking and choosing. I like a la carte.
I'm picking and choosing. Listen, it's just
I'm
to
picking
me,
the spots I care.
love Halloween.
Well, let's get to the lines. Let's go to let's see here, Diana. Diana on line 1.
Good morning.
Good morning, Diana. What do you say here? Character day,
let me just say,
Halloween,
I
they're
love
making
you
too
guys.
much of
You
a
guys
big
are
deal.
Very entertaining.
What do you say here?
I gotta say, as I have 2 kids in the public school system in New York City, and last year I planned the entire Halloween party, which is what the kids look forward to. I had to make sure there was nothing anywhere that says Halloween, because it's offensive for people and they don't celebrate it. And it's kind of sad because it was an event for the kids and they look forward to it, right? Like, it's something for them. And then you have here parents complaining, no, we don't do this. It says Halloween. We don't do this and we don't do that. So this year they called it the Fall Festival.
The Fall
And
Festival.
who knows if they're going to be kids dressed up or not, but that's what they ended up doing this year. I said, I'm out of it. I am out of this.
But wait, so
It's
there's
just
no
too much.
you don't. What are the rules though? Can the kids dress up if they want to? Is it a choice?
So apparently this year they said the kids can dress up if they want to. There's going to be some candy giving away, but it's all just going to be a festival event, a fall event. So
And then
It's
they
Halloween
put it-
thing.
and-
We
and
don't
it-
call
so-
it Halloween.
So it sounds like the only thing they
Nothing
changed.
Halloween.
It's just not being called Halloween. It's not being
Exactly.
called All Hallows Eve.
Is there a candy
Where
component?
Sam
Yes.
Hain and the ghosts and the goblins return to Earth
the
to
dark
steal your soul, and
I
darkness
just feel bad
takes
for the
over
kids
the light.
because this is what they look forward to, right? They want to dress up, hang out with their friends, let them do what they do with their friends for Halloween. I don't know. That was just my opinion. So
No,
I'm
it
with
is.
you.
It is.
Thank
And guess
you.
what? Guess what? There's the other side of it where things change. And I thought that's what progressives were all about.
Yeah, but we're not. I'm not a paint by numbers. Whatever all progressives we should do. Because listen, at what point does it get absurd? If you have like a substantial amount of people who feel that way in one community, okay, cool. Everyone in a community could have a different belief in doing something, and then you can apply nothing to said school. At some point, you do have to say, hey, we do certain things here because the largest number of people choose to do it. And if you choose not to do it, we welcome you also. You just don't have to do it.
Well, I think the thing that started the conversation was clearly the school where Kenza goes. They have decided this and was doing this before Laura's daughter started going there.
Apparently. I mean, I don't know if that was based on the majority.
So then they would say, well, if you really have this big of an issue with it, you chose the wrong school.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. And obviously, that's not going to be the determining factor of me removing my daughter from a school. I just think it's dumb. Can we go to line 4?
Let's go to line 4. Good morning, Manal.
Hi, good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning. Talk to us. How you feel about these changing of Halloween? I love this stuff, by the way. It's my favorite.
So I don't like it. I'm a Muslim girl who was born and raised in Jersey, lived here my whole life. My parents let us trick or treat, but they did explain to us that we do not celebrate Halloween. We're just letting you guys do this because you're young. That's fine, but they never would have went to a school and said, oh, we're offended by this. What about the majority of the other people? Like, we're a small majority, let's just say Muslims. But what about, I mean, you can't say, okay, every time a parent comes to the school, you're going to say, oh, okay, we got to change this because this parent complained.
I don't know if that's, I don't know, Manal, I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but hypothetically speaking, let's say
but
that.
That's what got them to change.
Well, no, you don't know that it's a minority of students. You don't know that to
What
be
I'm
true.
saying is, like, something had to have happened for them to change that because it's always been Halloween for years and years and years.
Maybe it was a majority of parents got together and said that this is what they wanted to do. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I mean, it seems unlikely that a majority of parents would say we're all offended. We're all out on
what
Halloween.
What are you basing your assessment on versus her? Like, what are we basing this on?
The fact that most Americans aren't offended by Halloween.
I'll tell you what you're basing it on. You're basing it on you, Rosenberg, and you, Manal, being accustomed to being the minority and accepting the terms being dictated to you by American society that you and your family opted into. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Correct.
Completely fine.
No,
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying in the current state of affairs, you have people who are saying they want to change that.
Oh, and they did.
And they
did.
And I would say let's pick our battles because we look dumb. That sometimes we look dumb. Let's pick them and make it make sense. You don't need to say Happy Holidays to me. You can say Merry Christmas. I don't go, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. Say Happy Holiday to me, please. What? My family chose to come to America from Europe. You know what that meant? Christmas. Lots of it.
Say Happy Holidays to me.
That's fine. You soft.
Some of
my family didn't choose to come here. So.
Okay, well, half of it did. So can that half of you be okay with it?
Well, hit me with both then. Happy Holidays and Happy Hanukkah.
No Merry Christmas, though.
Do some extra work then. Let's go to Yamali on line 5.
I love this show. I love you guys. I actually just want to say, Rosenberg, I'm actually very surprised at your stance on this, but my daughter goes to a school where it's Halloween/costume day because last year or the years before, kids have gone to school in grotesque outfits. Blood, gore, it just was horrible. So what they decided to do was take the educational route and say, hey, pick a costume or a character from a book that you've read, and then that would be more of a way that everybody can homogeneously enjoy the holiday without having to take into these...
Kids was coming to school with one arm cut off. Kids was coming to school with bullet holes in their head.
Yeah. Some blood on the face.
That actually does make sense.
You have to consider that. So you have to consider that.
I think that's a completely reasonable thing to address. Like, that to me makes sense. Kids are looking grotesque at school. We need to assess what we're doing costume. I have no issue with that. And I know it sounds surprising. I'm not trying to say I've changed in my beliefs and don't believe in inclusiveness. Of course I do, about everything. I just want us as people who believe in inclusiveness to pick the spots where it's really important so we don't lose the broader argument because we're focused on things like the word Halloween versus
let me ask
Character
you this.
Day.
Where in your mind are you always trying to make, for lack of a better term, the opposition comfortable? Where in your mind, Rosenberg, are you always like, listen, we have to be concerned about losing the majority? Why is that always a concern for you to make to do this little moderate thing?
It's not moderate thing. It's about trying to get things through. In order to get things through, you have to compromise.
But you're talking about the federal government. We're just talking about people in the schools they go to.
No, it's the same,
local community.
But it's the same thing, even in your local community. If you come over and over again with things you want to change, at some point those conversations are going to get really challenging because you're pushing one side to make change after change after change for the things that you're interested in. And I believe meeting people halfway sometimes is the most likely way to get across the finish line the things that you care about.
But that's also moderate.
And that would make sense, Rosenberg, but here it is, you're not meeting anybody halfway. Like you just said, you actually just shut down on the idea of making the change, but I just gave you a perspective where some kids are coming grotesque, and you kind of like, you understood. So it takes more dialogue in order to meet halfway. So I guarantee you, if Laura's school had decided on costume day, there had to have been an educational discussion as to why we should make this adjustment.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make for good radio, and we don't know about that. You're probably right, but we don't know that part. So we're picking up with where we know the story. You're 100% right about that.
I'm just annoyed because I got to get another costume. That's it. And I'm just annoyed. That's it.
Well, no, but it made for a great discussion, right? Because people are getting pushed and challenged in our society to think and not just accept what was passed on to you. That is why we're having the problems we're having, is because we're being asked to do more work. People don't want to do it. They don't want to figure out solutions for mental health. They don't want to figure out solutions for homelessness. They don't want to figure it out.
So, Ebro, if I'm of the mindset that I want to get people to understand that homelessness shouldn't be criminalized, and when you see someone who looks like, in your eyes, quote, a scary vagrant, they're really someone who's gone through a lot of issues and they need our support.
That's right.
If I want to get them to understand that and focus on that, I may the next second not want to go, by the way, Halloween's dead, let's do Character Day. I want to focus on the things that are important and not beat you up in every other place because I can barely get you to take one step more progressive. So that's how I view things. You can view it as me being a soft moderate if you want. I don't know that you can win people over that way.
You're accustomed, and rightfully so, to acquiescing to a majority of the population that are dumbasses and are lazy and don't want to do work.
Facts, but they are the other half that we have to deal with. So how do we find a place where we could try to get things done?
And I'm telling you that I believe that there's a movement of people who ain't trying to deal with all that, and that's why we can't get things done.
I totally see that they're there. Yeah,
we see.
And by the way, we're about to elect a mayor in New York City that's all the way on the other side and is not playing the middle ground. Let's see how it goes.
Right. Because remember, we dodged in that same vein. That's why people dodged Bernie. Remember, that was the whole thing about Bernie. He's too far left. We need to figure out a way to help people come closer to the middle. How did that work out?
Terrible.
Because you know why? The people who are so anti-change, they are not budging.
It also didn't help that our middle guy was 150 years old and basically died in the office.
Well, then you came with a middle girl, and she lost too because she was black and a woman. And before that, you came with a middle lady who people didn't like because she had some emails. So there's always a thing. There's always a thing. We're always trying to find terms with these racists and these people who want to take it back to 1950. And then it's like, oh, but don't call them racist because then they get offended. Or don't tell them they're white supremacists because we don't want them to get mad. Or don't
yes,
tell them we're changing Halloween because they got to spend $25 on a new belt.
Yeah, but
Man,
now
so what?
You just blurred a lot of stuff there.
So
I hear
what?
you saying.
Wow.
Go to
That's
Amazon,
annoying.
do your little order. It's character day.
Ugh.
Let's get to the guru.
Hey, yo, it's time for the guru, Shiny Culture and Rosenberg. And Laura, you know you are a beautiful queen.
Ebro, don't ever play yourself. You're not a guru.
Breathe in.
Yo, by the way,
breathe out.
If you guys would have took the other side of the argument on that last segment,
Oh, you would have went the other way completely.
I'd have been like the wussification of America. We can't have no chainsaws
We already know.
and bloody kids in the hallway. Y'all soft.
We already know.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm well aware you could have taken either side. So, okay, by the way,
America
so could I have.
soft.
Well, I could have went the other way, too, and been arguing how wrong this was. But in this case, I just heard character day. I love Halloween.
All right, breathe in, breathe out. Johnny, you're going to have to burn some extra.
That's right. Burn, burn, burn.
The Guru at ebrointhemorning.com. The Guru at ebrointhemorning.com, where the gurus unite
That's right. That's right.
to fight for Halloween. I mean, to fight for what's right.
Wait, what's
Fight for what's right.
So we can bring you out
ill
of
part,
the darkness.
no, but the ill part, the other part, sidebar, we may have to start gurus over again, but I think it's a good learning for everyone. There is an emotional, fun attachment to Halloween. Laura loves Halloween. She would literally every year until Kenza was born spend how long would it take you to put your Dia de los Muertos mask on?
Like an hour or
An
two.
hour of makeup.
Like,
Every
it's
year
mine.
she loved
Love
it.
it.
Love it.
I
Rosenberg,
still
you love Halloween. You love scary movies.
I'm into it.
You're into it. And so when someone said they're changing Halloween, they literally dug their heels in the ground because it's tied to something visceral that they love.
You can't dress up as what you want. You have to do it this way. All right, let's start over. The Guru at ebrointhemorning.com, where the gurus unite
That's right. That's right.
to fight for what's right.
Indeed, indeed. Bring you out of the darkness.
Into the light.
Rosenberg, who's out there? Shawnee, burn sage while I talk.
Zen, zen, zen.
Who's writing to us? Who needs us, Rosenberg?
So many write us every single day. The Guru at ebrointhemorning.com.
Save a lives, live.
The Guru at ebrointhemorning.com. Send your emails today. All right, here we go. Here's my dilemma. I am an older sister of 10.
Whoa.
As most eldest siblings fear, one of my brothers made the mistake of a lifetime. He got his on-again, off-again girlfriend of 4 years pregnant. Hit him with the biggest butt.
Damn.
While most people think it's a beautiful thing, I know that it's the worst thing he could do. When they first got together, do I have my glasses here? Damn it, here we go. When they first got together, she already had a kid. My brother was 18. My brother's head. And she was 24. Very quickly, my sister and I started to notice that my brother's girlfriend would get jealous when he spent time with us or spent time with us on FaceTime. We tried to bring it to his attention, but he brushed it off, which makes sense because he was young and in love. In 2020, we lost our grandmother suddenly, and it shattered us. My brother's girlfriend took this opportunity, knowing my brother was vulnerable, to turn him against the entire family. After my grandmother's passing, I found out that I was pregnant. And while my brother was over the moon for me, his girlfriend was upset and jealous because she wanted a baby from my brother. Weeks later, my sister reposted a Facebook post that his girlfriend took offense to. And after questioning my sister about it, she assured my brother and his girlfriend that it was not about her. She refused to let the situation go, arguing with my brother as he was heavily drinking, trying to cope with our grandmother's death. She finally got into his head to turn against my sister and I. As I was pregnant, he called me and told me to be ready because he was coming to my house to shoot me.
Whoa. Whoa.
What the hell just happened here, guys? What in the Netflix crime drama just happened?
Repeat that part.
Bro.
She said that my brother called when I was pregnant and said he was coming to my house to shoot me. After this situation and a few other complications, I guess he didn't shoot her. Due to stress, I ended up losing my baby. My brother and I didn't talk for over 2 years over something this girl made up and turned against me for. Over the next few years, my fiance and I have struggled with fertility issues, and in 2022, I was able to get pregnant again, only to lose my baby in the second trimester. During this time, my brother reached out to me after 2 years, and we were able to mend our relationship. In July, he called me to tell me his girlfriend was pregnant, and while I received the news, I had flashbacks of 2020 and her turning my brother against me to the point where he was ready to harm me and my baby. I stood silent, and the only thing I could say was, "How?" And he responded as an immature little brother saying, "You know how." My heart broke because infertility has kicked my butt these past 5 years, and he doesn't know. But my fiance and I are in the stages of trying for the third time. I took the news and let it not get to me until last month when he texted me a picture of a sonogram. I didn't reply, so he later texted me asking, "Are you not happy for me?" And at this point, I found myself trying to explain to my little brother the heartbreak of infertility and how while I will always accept a child from him, I can't accept a woman who thought harming me and my child and treating him wrong and putting her hands on him and disrespecting him and cheating on him was okay. Wow, you didn't include any of that before. He responded with, "I was happy for you when you were pregnant." And at that point, I just stopped the conversation and we haven't spoken since. Part of it is because I'm afraid of losing my brother again due to a girl, and part of it's because I don't think he'll ever understand where I'm coming from. I tried talking to my dad about it, but he told me that he thinks this is the best thing that could happen to my brother so he could straighten his life up. What should I do, gurus? Should I have this hard conversation with my brother and possibly fall out again with him because he doesn't understand what I'm trying to say, or should I just ignore the situation? For context, we live in different states.
Interesting. Many layers.
I don't understand. I don't really understand. I'm kind of skipping past the crazed, insane part for a moment. Just to the regular conversation. I wish I understood why she wasn't able to tell him initially, "Hey, I'm really happy for you. Just so you know, it's all really hard for me because I'm in the middle of dealing with my own infertility issues."
That would have been a solution.
I would have thought, I mean, unless the
In a
brother's now
nutshell.
just a full-on bad guy, why would he not understand why his older female sibling dealing with infertility, why that would not be hard for her to hear that her much younger brother is like that's a natural, such a natural feeling.
It sounded like he just wanted her to say, "I'm happy for you."
Yeah.
Outside of the dynamics of his girl. Can you be happy
But
for
it also
me?
sounds like he's just immature, right? Like, why would you call your sister talking about you about to kill somebody?
That's crazy.
In the first place. Like, why would that even happen? But I would like to say to the emailer, with all the pain that you've experienced personally, and there is something to ask yourself. And it's hard for you to ask yourself this because of the infertility issues. Because I don't think she would be this upset, of course, if she didn't have the infertility issues, right? Which would mean that her and her brother wouldn't even be experiencing this rift that they're having right now.
True.
And so she's tying the infertility moment or moments to the stress that her brother caused her, right? And so
to the relationship
it's tough for her to unpack that. And I think for her to get beyond this moment, you're going to have to unpack that and get into a more positive space, even as you go on your next journey for the child you and your husband want to have. You have to unpack that and get some help, separating that.
Because she's holding some resentment. You're holding on to some older feelings. You know what I'm saying? And maybe rightfully so, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And I would almost wish that it's almost like the infertility thing is in one bucket, and then in the other bucket, there's the fact that this girl has never been good, at least in your eyes, and literally turned him against you guys in your eyes to the point of him threatening to harm you. It's almost like so separate
Well, it's also too Rosenberg.
It's multi-layered.
Don't the look? Isn't she says she's the older sister? Also, right?
Yeah.
Oldest.
Oldest, older.
Oldest
10 of 10.
Yeah.
She also's got to ask herself, are you so connected to your little brother because he's your little brother and you see him like almost like somebody you helped raise? Because like
absolutely,
at a certain point, she has to just say, my brother's an idiot and I got to move on with my life. Because my brother decided to allow a girl who's cheating on him and treating him bad to get in between us. It's almost like you value the relationship with your brother more than he values the relationship with you.
Yeah, and I'm not from a family of 10, but when you're in a family of 10, aren't there just going to be some sibling situations that just ain't ideal? It's 10.
Yeah, I was going to say that, too. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice. Ain't you got another brother you could just give attention to?
Right.
But I get, if it's your only sibling, I really do. It is different. Like, your only sibling is different. It's
so wait, let's go to Shawnee Coach.
Nah,
you got mad siblings. Can't you just, when somebody's tripping, I'm going to just go focus on somebody
I'm one of
else?
10. No, you can't do that.
You can't do
Johnny,
that?
are you one of 10?
I'm one of 10.
Are you the youngest?
I am the youngest of my mother's 5 with her and my father. He made 5 more. So I'm number 7 in the 10.
Number 7 in the 10. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, you have experience.
But you can't.
You can't pick and choose. Like, yo, bro tripping right now. We'll get back to him next Christmas.
Because it affects the whole 10. When 2 are squabbling, what's the Jay-Z line? Nobody wins when the family feuds.
Yeah.
It affects the whole dynamic. Get-togethers.
But there's no version of everyone getting together and being like, yo, this one over here is an idiot. We gotta.
Yes, you can say that. But to ignore them and act like they don't exist. And
well, no, I was just saying relegating, exiling them for the time being because they've decided to do something stupid like have a child with a woman who was basically trying to turn them against the entire family and
Shawnee,
threatened to kill one of the siblings.
That's crazy.
Why?
That's wild.
Can't you at the very least, since you are in the process of trying to get pregnant and do this again, which is so challenging and emotionally draining, Shawnee, couldn't she utilize some of the other siblings maybe to help in this situation?
100%. 100%. And I think, again, to go back to our question, you have to separate the two. Should you be happy for your brother? Yes. He's happy. The dad is happy. Yeah, this is your niece or nephew on the way. You stay connected. Whatever happened in the past, you need therapy for that. Together, sit down, counseling. Talk to your brother, help him understand. He doesn't understand what you went through. He doesn't get it. He may be an idiot. He probably is, as we said.
No, clear.
He threatened to kill you.
Maybe.
So he doesn't comprehend it, but it's your brother.
I mean,
come over and
I'm dating some girl who's cheating on me, Laura Stylez, and I call you and I'm like, yo, check this out. I'm pulling up. I know you're pregnant, but I'm going to off you?
That's
like, what?
crazy.
What do we say? What's happening?
Yeah.
Like...
But clearly he wants your validation. He wants your validation.
Yeah.
He wants your love.
But to you, to everyone's point, there's a lot to unpack, but I do think you should see a professional. I think you need to sort out your own personal feelings and prioritize and just deal with what's happening within. So go see a therapist, please. And talk to your brother, and hopefully you guys could square it on. This was wild. So say the gurus. Yo, this is like, people were upset because Amazon plans to replace over 500,000 U.S. jobs with robots. What did you expect?
That's crazy.
We knew this was coming.
Laura, how long have we been talking about the robots replacing people on this show?
For the longest. Anytime they could save money, they will.
But by the way,
Anytime.
if you don't have a stock portfolio, the moment Amazon lets go of however many hundred thousands of employees it is and converts over to robots, that stock about to go boom. Because that means their productivity stays high, maybe even higher, and they have less overhead.
Yeah. Look, according to the New York Times, let me see, hundreds of thousands of additional roles will be automated by 2033.
Okay, here we go.
The new warehouses like the one in Shreveport, Louisiana, already rely on over 1,000 robots to pack and ship orders. It's happening.
And for you out there that are looking for the jobs of the future are in either making or programming these robots.
Listen, guys,
Or
as
fixing
crazy as
these
AI is going nowhere, so you need to learn how to work it. That's going to be your new position.
Now,
Learning how to
real
work
quick,
it.
I have to jump in here. I hate to co-opt the flashing lights, but
here we
there's
go.
crazy
No, please,
breaking
hit
news.
us with it.
Breaking news.
Hit us
We
with it.
change the
Hit us.
music or something. We need something.
Let's
Breaking
go.
news.
I don't want to oversell it, but it's kind of a big deal.
Come on.
So, Sham Sharani of ESPN is reporting that Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups have been arrested by the FBI
What?
as part of an alleged illegal gambling ring in the NBA.
Oh, boy.
It is guys. Apparently, Rozier had some question marks already, and had been under investigation for weird gambling behavior. And there's going to be a press conference later with the Eastern District of New York and FBI Director Kash Patel and his crazy ass eyes, the crazy eyes killer, Kash Patel. They're going to get up there and apparently tell us what's going on. But by the way, and people online are like, but the league, they have gambling with FanDuel. That's all the more reason you can't mess around with anything related to gambling. Yo, Ebro, why are people this dumb? Why? You think people aren't going to notice that you're... Come on, they're going to notice that you're doing things.
I bet you if they were celebrating Character Day, this wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? It would have been a little bit more thoughtful and inclusive.
Good point by Ebro. Well, anyways, there you go.
Crazy. Oh, wow. Breaking news. Thanks, Rosenberg, man. That's your flashing lights report.